Hello there, Taurus. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for the full moon in Cancer that also brings a lunar eclipse with it for January 10th, 2020. This is our first full moon of the new year and also our first lunar eclipse of the new year. First, before we get started, a couple of quick notes. First, thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time here, so glad you came to visit the channel. Also, welcome to my returning subscribers. Thanks for coming back and joining me yet again. If you have not yet done so, I do invite you to reach out there, click that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, do give this the dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoyed this content. This will be a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with every single Taurus out there. So basically, whatever messages resonate with you are meant for you. If they do not resonate with you, kick them on out to another Taurus that it is meant for. This will mostly correspond with Taurus Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. And all Taurus cross watchers are welcome to join us today as well. If you're interested in a personal reading or anything else like the card decks that I use, all of that info should be down there in the description box. So on that note, let us get started. So yeah, this is the first full moon of the year. It is the Cancer full moon, which I always think is a pretty happy moon in a lot of ways, even though Cancer is very emotional and sentimental. You know, Cancer is ruled by the moon, so when the moon is in Cancer, that it's its most natural place to be, and the moon is pretty comfortable there. So it really creates a return in a way to our soul. It creates a safer space for us to really get in touch with and release those deep unconscious and subconscious feelings that we have within us. So it's a very beautiful full moon. It should actually also be just visually beautiful if you can see it, if it's not too cloudy. The Cancer full moon usually is quite beautiful to see. So definitely get out there and look at it if you can. The moon will be at its fullest point at 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, like I said, this will bring a partial lunar eclipse along with it. So to me, that's always a very powerful time where we're releasing something around the elements of the sign that the full moon will be occurring in, this of course being Cancer. So a lot of us will be releasing things around home, around family, around our soul's origins, childhood roots, anything that you've kind of been holding on to, because Cancer and its opposite sign Capricorn have a real tendency to hold on to things from the past. And so if there's something from the past that's no longer good for you or is not serving you well, Taurus, this is a great time to make a conscious, effort or affirmation to say, that you wish to release it. Even if it still takes time to work through the emotions of it, this is just a great time, to kind of make that statement to yourself and to the universe that this is something that you would like to release for your own good. So Taurus, I'm just going to let you look at the chart real quick here. Here we go. Here's that moon in Cancer. This is timed for 2:21, and look at that little opposition dance that it is doing with all that Capricorn. So that's why I say, with all that opposition energy coming in, we're definitely going through some adjustments, some definite push and pull energy. It can either be two people having a tug of war or having a fight, or this can be two people dancing in harmony. So it really is very much the way that we choose to use this energy and the way that other people choose to engage in it with us. So actually really incredible for me. I think that for Taurus, this is a very nice full moon because it will be in Cancer. Taurus and Cancer create a sextile to each other, which is a positive line that's full of opportunities and new choices, new things that will be coming your way, Taurus, that you have to decide, do I want to do this? Do I want to go for it? It will be activating your third house of Gemini, which is your ideas, your communication, the way that you think. So you may be letting go of some old, negative ways of thinking, some old negative ways of talking to yourself within. If you've been putting yourself down or feeling bad about yourself or really, giving yourself just a lot of a hard time within, this is time to say, you know what? I gotta be a little nicer to myself here. I'm no more perfect then nobody's more perfect than me, you know, and everyone's human. So be kinder to yourself, Taurus. Absolutely. This also definitely connects from a 6-month pattern that we started in July 2019, because that was when we had a lunar eclipse in Capricorn, which is the opposite of this lunar eclipse in Cancer. So, you know, it's a 6-month kind of culmination. So think about where you were, what was going on, you know, last year around July. And that's something that, you know, may give you as well some ideas or inclinations on, you know, okay, this is what's going to come full circle, or this is what's going to get, you know, something released on it. Because to me, lunar eclipse is more about releasing the energy, whereas the solar eclipse is more about bringing it in and drawing in what you want. But the lunar is about releasing things. So it's like, yeah, out with the old so that we can go in with the new, huh? So let's get into your cards, Taurus. We're going to pull some Moonology cards, some lunar-based cards, with a past, present, future spread. So we're just going to look into that. And I'm just going to give me a moment. I'm going to lay out a couple different ones so that we can do all of this at once. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Taurus as we do their full moon in Cancer reading for 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Just a little bit more. There we go. That feels right. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so Taurus, look at what comes up in this past position. And when I look at the past position, I'm really thinking more along the lines of the last 30 days. But because this particular full moon has that lunar eclipse connection to July, this could also be, you know, that 6-month cycle where you're looking back. Okay, so this is the new moon in Aquarius energy bringing love into the situation. Like I said, Taurus, to me, this is a situation where, you know, needing to love yourself more is really important. It's also, you know, Aquarius is a very charitable, a very friendly kind of sign. It gives a lot of care and support to the world around it. So anything, you know, from the past that's being brought up to be cleared right now needs more love in the situation, more gentleness, more kindness, more compassion. All right, so lay out the next line of these cards and what's coming up. Ooh, so Taurus, this is letting go of a lot of fear. There's that waxing gibbous, and so those are like the heavier emotions, the inner fears, worries, anxieties that are coming up. So, you know, if this is worries about yourself, again, it's like approach this with love. Give yourself compassion. Fears of the future, you know, that are being released into the past where they belong. So let's pull some from the Animal Spirit Tarot. We're going to see what else comes up as some messages around this past energy for you. Yeah, and that fear card was also, ooh, that was an 11. Look at that, the number 11 there at the top. And, you know, that imagery is just so intense, right? You know, it's like there you are. It's like inside, you know, while everything's kind of going crazy around you. And it's like you just really need to release that deep, deep subconscious fear there, Taurus, because that's, you know, kind of what's keeping you from living your fullest life. You know, whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, etc. And those things have got to be released so that you can move forward. Go ahead and lay these out. Yeah, okay. So then we've got the High Priestess coming up, Taurus. So to me, this and that past position, along with that fear card, this is all about your intuition, sacred knowledge, spiritual advancement, and really getting very much in touch with the deepest parts of your soul, the most mysterious parts of yourself many times that you don't often access. Because I think, you know, for you, it's like there's something that's sort of been hiding in the dark That's the source of the fear that you haven't maybe been addressing. And it's like running away from it just makes it feel bigger and more overwhelming and insurmountable. So it's like, this is really telling you the closer that you get in tune with it, because the High Priestess, even in this card, you know, we have that lunar, you know, imagery. We have the moon imagery. The High Priestess is very connected to the moon because it is about the subconscious and what's going on deep in our soul. And a Cancer moon is definitely going to bring that to the surface. So Taurus, it's definitely time to get, you know, close and personal and not be afraid to go forward and see yourself clearly. And look at that Three of Pentacles. So on top of that, we are getting a clarification that this is something that definitely needs a work. This is Capricorn and Mercury energy. So it's about communication. It's about, you know, foundations, and all that Capricorn is absolutely doing the opposition dance with Cancer. So this is a balancing act between, you know, the emotions and the logic and the foundations and the practical side of yourself. So there is definitely some practical work that should be and needs to be done around you confronting those fears and getting more comfortable within your own self. So then here in the middle, we're going to go into the present moment now, what this Cancer moon is bringing in for you. Be bold and make the first move. So Taurus, this is a call to action. Cardinal moon energy, which Cancer is a cardinal sign. So this is very spot on for you. Like I said, this is highlighting your universal third house. So this is time to step up, speak up. Don't keep quiet, Taurus. This is a time to speak up and say your truth and say, here's what I really want. Here's what I really need. You know, and yeah, be bold. Don't be afraid. You're leaving that fear behind. This is the fear and all that. That's in the past position there. So this is stepping in to the present, you know, and what you're, you know, left behind. So then on top of that, we have the harvest moon, which is fruition. This is a culmination. Taurus, definitely think about what was happening, you know, last July and even 30 days ago from our last full moon, and see, you know, how much things have changed and how much you've actually really grown in a short amount of time. You know, that harvest moon, I'm going to look at my chart real quick. Yeah, that's like that September, October, you know, are both considered harvest moons in different traditions. So absolutely, this is a time of, you know, things coming full circle with this Cancer full moon. Then you have the Nine of Acorns. So this is, to me, you know, this is the Black Panther coming up with that energy. We still have a moon in the background of him. Power and perseverance, because that Nine of Acorns is the same as the Nine of Wands. This is saying, you know, you've been through the ringer there, Taurus. You have fought the fight. You have defended yourself against many attacks. You've really worked hard to get where you are right now. And in a lot of ways, you may be very tired right now. You may feel like your energy reserves are kind of low because you have been, you know, fighting so hard to, you know, stand your ground, maintain, you know, your boundaries and what it is that you really want. So definitely take some time to get a little rest if you need it, Taurus, and really just say, you know what, enough is enough. You don't have to keep engaging with people that are just going to be difficult for you. Ooh, that one wants to come up. And look at that Pluto energy with Judgment. Very Scorpio kind of card. To me, Judgment is the higher vibration of the Death card, which is big transformations, big regenerations. But I'd say the Judgment card in some ways is a little easier to handle than the Death card, because the Death is the actual death and, you know, release and transformation, whereas the Judgment is like the rebirth, the spiritual rebirth. You know, that angel calling your spirit, you know, back from the dead. So yeah, I mean, something about, you know, this full moon is reviving something for you. And it could be like an ambition, a goal, something maybe you've even wanted to study, because, you know, that last lunar eclipse, that took place in the 9th house for you, Taurus. And that is a house of education, travel, movement, you know, big, bright, future, expansive goals. So think about that too. And then when we go into our potential future coming up, we've got full moon in Gemini energy. Very interesting, because actually, Taurus, Taurus, last month in December was our full moon in Gemini. So this is an interesting kind of past, present, future energy to me, because this is like the card from the past, the moon sign from the past coming into your future in your card. So whatever you experienced or learned last month during that full moon in Gemini, it's kind of coming full circle. And I think that yet again, because that message is there to speak up, to, you know, take the action. You know, this is telling you the answers you need are coming. And Gemini is encouraging you, yes, to communicate, to share your ideas, and not to lock yourself up. Oh, and look at this, Taurus, the flower moon is what's coming up on top of that for your future. And the flower moon is the moon of May. That is your month. You know, that's the Taurus time. So to me, whatever is coming up right now to be healed, to be released, to be, you know, worked through, Taurus, this is really a gorgeous energy that's bringing you a lot of beautiful benefits, especially in the time of Taurus, in the time of May for you. Then we have the Eight of Feathers, which is courage and solutions. This is the same as Eight of Swords. To me, this is all about you releasing yourself from a difficult situation. May feel a little stuck, you know, over this next month's time, but really, Taurus, believe me, this is Spirit saying that you're not as stuck as you think. This is you, you know, cutting through your bonds, cutting through anything, the ties that feel like they're binding you, and you moving forward. So let's pull a clarifier for that one as well. And look at that. Definitely, stepping into your power, Taurus, with that King of Pentacles, Cardinal Earth. That's a very, very deep, nice, rooted earth energy. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, all represented with that King of Pentacles. And so to me, that is you releasing yourself from any kind of feeling of being stuck, any kind of in bondage, whether it's self-imposed or imposed by others, and then stepping into your strength, into your balance, your harmony, and a better grounded, stable feeling for yourself. So let's pull a card from the Hero's Journey Oracle and get you a little extra advice for this full moon. Oh, I love it. So look at this, Taurus. Where you are is where it's at. Stay still until you are divinely moved. Taurus, that's a perfect card for you. And it's the number 14. 1 and 4 adds up to a 5. 5 is the Hierophant card in the Major Arcana, which is the Taurus card. So, yeah, stay still and, you know, be rooted, be grounded, be, you know, firm in your boundaries, Taurus, until you really feel divinely guided and moved to go further, to, you know, journey past where you are, because where you are is where it's at. I love that. Very, very beautiful message for you. And look at what's on the bottom of the deck. Plant seeds of intention. Go, grow, and glow. 2 plus 1 is 3. You had that 3 building that energy. Oh my goodness, Taurus, so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous messages coming through for the full moon. So I hope to see you very soon and have a beautiful, beautiful full moon. Take care.